What up, y'all? It is I, James Duke of Street Level, coming to you live and direct from Street Level inside of our editing suite where we get all our videos done at. And today I'm going to be covering some of the basics of Adobe Premiere Creative Cloud. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so we're about to get things going. We're going to wait for this to load up. And the first thing you're going to see on this welcoming screen, they have a section where you can get in-depth tutorials on different things within the program, which is pretty cool because that's something that's relatively new. Another thing is it's going to list your most recent projects that you worked on. So, you can see, these are some of the projects that I've been working on for the past month or so. And this is going to give you that information. So whatever you worked on last is probably going to be at the top of that list. All right. Now, in this case, we're going to open up a new project. All right. Now, you're going to see two options for starting. You see new project and you also see open project. The difference between these two is if you select open project, you're going to be opening an existing Premiere Pro project that you've worked on. All right. So if I select that, it's going to take me to this pathway. Now, by default, everything saves into this folder for Premiere, but you can have your project saved to any path. I usually like to play it safe and have my stuff right on the desktop where I can see it. So in that case, we're going to do a new project and we're going to name it. By default, it's going to say Untitled. Sometimes I'm really bad at naming things. I'll just name it like Untitled 1. But you don't want to do that. You want to name it something specific that you'll remember. So in this case, I'm going to name this project Video Editing Tutorial number 1, probably because I'll have more, right? Now remember what I said, by default, it's going to save to that one folder that's in Premiere. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this pathway and save it to my desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Browse. And now I'm gonna select my destination of where I want to save it to on the desktop. And down here in the corner, you see it has this option for new folder. I'm actually gonna create a new folder for this project file to be stored in, right? And I'm gonna name that accordingly, all right? And as you see, it pops right up on my desktop. So that way, any elements of this project, I can kind of store in this folder. For now, I'm just gonna have the project file there. Mainly today we're going to focus on these 4 main windows, right? In your bottom left hand you have your media browser, right? So this is where all of your media is stored. Photos, videos, audio files. So you have a couple tabs that you can kind of cycle through in this media browser, and there's a few ways that you can get your media into your project. One is just kind of going to this media browser tab and just locating the path of where your files are. For this case, a lot of my stuff is in folders on my desktop. So I'm gonna go through and try to find where my desktop is. Boom, got it. And now I can select, in this case, I'm gonna select the video file of, why not? Let's use Ira's B-roll. Let's have some fun at the expense of Ira. Cause why not, so I'm gonna select this file, and now I'm gonna double click it, and as you see, it pops up in the window that's above my media browser. And this is kind of like my preview window, right? So this is the window where whatever I double click on, I can kind of preview it before I drag and drop it over to my sequence, which we're gonna get into in a second. You could also just simply go to your Finder or go to your desktop and drag whatever file you're looking to edit, and you can kind of drop it into this project tab. Now this way is a way you can kind of fine-tune what it is that you want to edit. So if I have this folder that has 5 clips in it, I may not want all 5 clips. I may want 2 clips from this, and I may take a couple clips from somewhere else. This other way kind of gives you more freedom to compile your media files however you like. If I have this clip and I want to drop it over to my sequence, now your sequence window is where you are going to arrange all of your clips. This is where the bulk of your editing happens. One of the basic ground rules that I like to use for editing is you want to get in the habit of saving your work every 5 minutes. All right, boom, that's it. Now we done for the day. See y'all next time for the next lesson. Peace.